Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It is Megan, and today I'm going to be doing my OWLs Magical Readathon update. So far, I have finished 6 of the 7 prompts for my career, which is Hogwarts Professor, specifically in care of magical creatures. And then I have 5 more after that that are just like extra prompts in case I finish these. And considering I've already gotten through almost all of my necessary ones, I think I'm going to be getting to the extra ones as well. So the first exam revision I did was for Care of Magical Creatures, and I read The House of the Scorpion by Nancy Farmer. For this prompt, you were to read a book with a land animal on the cover, so I chose one with a scorpion on it because it's the only sort of land animal I had. I ended up giving this 4 stars. I really enjoyed the story. It wasn't my favorite book, but I did enjoy the story and I will be picking up the sequel. It tells the story of a boy who is bred and created in the need of being a clone, and in this society, clones aren't necessarily a good thing. And this is the story of him figuring out what it means to be a clone, fighting the system of being a clone, and everything like that. Now let's see if my revision paid off. This rat seems pretty calm. Alright, I think I'm good with the rat. I know I'm good with an owl. Aren't I, Snowball? But I wanted to show you that I've also mastered befriending a hippogriff. Hi, Buckbeak. Pretty cool, right? Next, I worked on my charms revision, which is studying the age line. And for this, I did All the Light We Cannot See. And for this prompt, you were to read an adult work. And I did some Googling, and it says that this is an adult work, even though it's focused on young adults. So, adult work. And this tells the story of 2 kids into the age of teenagers and their different perspectives on the Holocaust age and everything around that. I really enjoyed it. Definitely wasn't my favorite. There was a few things about the ending that I'm not sure how I felt about, but I did give it 3 stars. I always love stories that tell the different perspectives of good and evil and how people can perceive their side of things as good even if it's bad, or bad even if it's good. So I did master learning all about the age line, but I wanted to see if I could age up just like Fred and George did. So let's try. It worked. Well, I'd say that my charms were a success. Although I should probably go change back now. And I'm back. That was crazy! Next, I did my Herbology Revision, and this was a prompt where you had to read a book with a plant on the cover. I didn't have any plants on any of my covers, so I chose one with like grass on the cover. That's as close as I could get to a plant. But I did read The Time Traveler's Wife. I gave this 2.5 stars. I have a lot of feelings about this book. It was enjoyable. I liked the concept. I did not really like the execution. There was a lot of stipulations about the time traveling that were just like not what I liked. I like Hermione time traveling with the time turner, kind of where you can change the future time traveling. Not creepy naked old man goes and talks to his 6-year-old wife. That's just weird. I just didn't like it. And the movie, even worse. So for Herbology, I was actually able to discover a new plant, and I wanted to share it with you all here. I've discovered this plant, and he dances. He even talks, and all he says is, "I am Groot," but I have a feeling that might be a language for something. What do you guys think? He's so cute. Next, I worked on my Muggle Studies revision, and for this you were to read a contemporary work, and I chose The Carrie Diaries by Candace Bushnell. I ended up giving this 2 stars. There was a lot of toxic relationships in this, and they weren't really challenged or said that they were toxic, so I just didn't really resonate with that. And then the story itself was entertaining, but it's supposed to be a prequel to Sex and the City, and it didn't really make me want to watch Sex and the City. And if something's a prequel to something, I want it to like give me a sense of urgency to follow through with the story. So I gave this 2 stars. I didn't spend as much time on the Muggle studies So I haven't quite learned the function of a rubber duck yet, but I did learn how to operate a telephone. It's really quite magic. Like, you just press talk here, and then you dial a number that is respective to a certain person or their location, and then it connects you to them through this little device. Astounding. Next, I worked on my History of Magic revision, and for this you were to read a work that has been published 10 or more years ago. For this, I chose Into Thin Air by John Krakauer. This tells the story of the Mount Everest disaster of 1996. I gave this 3 stars. I really enjoy true stories and adventure stories and everything of that nature, but they aren't my favorite. Like, I really enjoy fantasy, and so those are the ones that I gravitate and I'm just enthralled by. I did enjoy this. It's not my favorite. I don't have anything bad to say about it. It's just not my favorite, so I gave it 3 stars. I don't really know how to prove my history of magic. I did a bunch of trivias online of the Harry Potter universe, so I guess that, but I don't really know what to show otherwise. And next I worked on my Defense Against the Dark Arts revision. For this, you were to read a book that starts with R in reference to Reducto, the spell that turns things to dust, the destroying spell. We were learning that, so we were to read something that starts with R. I chose Ready or Not by Meg Cabot. This tells the story of a girl who's dating the president's daughter after she saves the president, and her boyfriend's journey into discovering if they're ready or not for the next step. It's really not my kind of book. I really didn't enjoy it at all. I found one good thing to say about it. There was one scene in a cafeteria that actually made me laugh out loud, but I did not enjoy the main character. I did not enjoy the plot. The writing style was honestly atrocious at times to my taste. So I gave this 1 star. And since I didn't like this at all, I thought I would try my hand on the Reducto spell on this book. Let's go. Reducto! I did it! And lastly, for potions, I've only gotten a little bit of the way in. I'm reading God's Grave. The prompt is to read a book that is the sequel or next ingredient to a potion, so I chose the sequel to Nevernight, which is God's Grave by J. Kristoff. It tells the story of a girl who becomes an assassin to avenge her father and her journey through the assassin school and everything like that. I really loved the first one. I'm only on page 25 of this one, and I don't think I'm going to be reading any more this week because I've got so many books I need to try to finish this week. So I'm going to be reading those and then picking this up again next week or the last week of April. But I wanted to try my hand at potions just in case, just to see how I'm doing. So this potion should turn blue. Let's see what happens. Oh, wait. I think it's turning red. Yeah, I'm not sure I did this right. Yeah, I think I need to do a little bit more work on potions, because this should be blue. Whoops. So there you have it. That was my update on my OWLs Magical Readathon. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch up with you next week on my next update. Thanks, guys. Bye.